Hi everybody, Humble George here. I came down this evening because I got a comment from Michael, the single racer, a dear old friend, and Sean, more dear old friends that I haven't heard from, and I couldn't begin to tell you when the last time I heard from Sean, but they used to love the Assetto corsa 3D editing work I used to do, and I noticed that lately people are going back to that old video called Gold Sphincter. I had to write it down on a piece of paper because I can't spell sphincter, but it means a gold asshole, the muscle around your ass. It was really when I started out with Assetto corsa, and I was making story-based, funny, humorous. Well, that's the same thing. That's redundant, but just fun stories. And I didn't know shit about remodding or anything back then. I didn't know anything about 3D. But I took this car, it was a 55 or 56, I think, Mercedes Gullwing. Beautiful car. But I didn't know how to change the tires or wheels, or I didn't know how to even make the needles light up on the dashboard when you were running it. But I do now, obviously, if I still remember. Cut to the chase. Michael, I'm waffling. So cut me some slack here. I just can't. If I could do an Australian accent better than I do, I'm gonna have to watch Crocodile Dundee about 100 times. Maybe I'd catch on to it. But I thought I would come down here and work on a car with you. I mean, it takes time. I can't go fast. It's as fast as you can go, as fast as you can go. But I thought I would address that car and bring it up to specification and have some fun with it with you. And on the way down, I'm in a very calm, very nice train of thought. My mind is kind of just not quite in neutral, but it's just freewheeling, like I'm in overdrive, scooting down the stairs, and my mind starts to think. As it does, it's thinking constantly, but I'm listening to it. And I thought, this idea just emerged in this question form. Do people actually observe their own lives? What? As a person goes through their daily life, do they observe, all right, if I do this, this happens. If I fail to do this, this happens. And over a course of their lifetime, they understand the rabbit trail of how to negotiate life the best way they know how to get to where they're trying to get to. Now, back in the 50s, when a family had children, they expected the children to have an easier time than they had. They worked very hard and they didn't get very much money, but houses didn't cost that much. I mean, everything was comparable, I guess. Just it took a hell of a lot less in your pocket to do a hell of a lot more than you can do now. $100,000 home was what? That's for movie stars and actors and shit. Now you're renting an apartment for $1,000 a month. How the fuck? $500 a week? Shit, I didn't make $500 a week. Okay, we're beating the dead horse here. You're as aware of the current state of affairs as I am. We both suffer in the very same world, and we both have similar opportunities, although I'm on a pension, which the economy better be strong or the pension takes a shit, or Social Security. If that takes a shit, we are really fucked because a lot of old people are going to starve to death. Now, are you awake? I'm awake. Are you? If you listen to Brian on his channel, he is a fellow who fervently is paying attention to biblical prophecy and looking at it through the eyes of what is what we are seeing in the world today, we're constantly not being offered, but bombarded by news from different outlets with different opinions, different agendas, and their bosses tell them exactly what to say. Just like a video, there's nothing in any video that I make that I don't understand that it's there. I mean, it won't be there if I don't place it there. If I don't change the tires on the car in Assetto Corsa, they aren't going to change. I have to physically make it happen. And the same thing with the media. Someone, somewhere, at the very top of the food chain is calling all the shots. And if they're scrupulous, that's wonderful. If they're not scrupulous, they're probably extremely wealthy. Because this present world, don't label me conspiracy theorist. Let's stop right there. Everything that is named for a reason. Adam originally named every animal and everything on the planet. Well, Humble, that must have taken more than 6 days. Yeah, I guess it did. Now think of something else. I bet you in university, they taught you that we came from primordial slime that evolved by its own understanding to get to be a better life form. You know, that takes real faith to believe that crock of shit, because there is no fucking truth to it whatsoever. How could you say that, Humble? You're a man with a GED. You only got a high school equivalency exam on your wall. You've got a high school diploma, but you're not a very learned man. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people with all their whole wallpaper with doctorates and PhDs and everything else that are stupid as fuck because they don't believe in Jesus Christ. They don't know God. So that means all their life they bust their balls, scared to death to get to the end, because when they die they're fucked. That don't seem like a brilliant man to me. It seems like a poor bastard that is strapped to this world's economy all his life, and then when he dies he goes to hell. How could you say that? Well, because I know what the Bible says. God always has been and he always will be God. It is a fruitless, stupid question to say who made him. You ask him face to face. If you will believe by faith, in the beginning it is a belief by faith, but it's not some belief because of some, how do I put this? Because I want to say it right. Religion, although it can have faith, is not faith. Faith is the currency of heaven. Heaven is a dimension beyond this dimension. It was the dimension that birthed this world because God spoke this world into existence. When I go into Assetto Corsa, I won't be speaking to the computer. I'll be commanding it to do what I want it to do through algorithms and things that I don't even begin to understand. I just know they work. So I don't ask, why does it work? I just fucking do it because I'm trying to get a product out of it. And only by having my senses exercised by using them constantly did I learn how to do this. Because it was a straight up rope. I mean, you're climbing straight up. You have no help at all. I mean, it's what the fuck. And as you said, Humble, you're not a very learned man. No, but I'm a wise man. Wisdom is the ability to use understanding correctly. And there's a lot of people in this world that are very wealthy that have no idea how to do that. But they are extremely conniving, malicious, dastardly, satanic people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Because the devil who hijacked this planet from God's creation, Adam. Stupid fuck took the bait, but he did. He hit it. He hit that fucker hook, line, and sinker. He was gut hooked because God saw this rebellious angel as a threat that had to be dealt with. There are more angels than I could possibly imagine. Now, angels, you might as well call them aliens because they are alien to us. I'm not saying all aliens are angels, but I am saying all angels would seem to be alien to you and I. They are ministering spirits sent to minister to those who shall be heirs of salvation. Now, an heir is somebody who becomes the owner of something after somebody has died and says, I give you this. All right? Without the death of the person, the transfer of the goods don't happen. There's so much you will learn if you will not trust people, religious people, to teach you the truth. Now, there are some who can and do a really good job, but there are a lot of them who have found a nice cushy place to rob you fucking blind, pedophile your children, and I'm not poking fun at any certain denomination. I'm saying broad-based. A lot of it is as crooked as a fucking Virginia fence, and you fucking know it, and I know it. And that's why you say, fuck that, I'm not having anything to do with it, piss on that bullshit, let's go to the Super Bowl, fuck that. Well, then you're out by the stream one day, and something catches your attention. Then other things start to happen in your life that catch your attention. And deep down inside, your spirit says, wait a minute. This is it. Something's going on here. I did this, and this happened. All right. And I did it again, and it happened again. Wait a minute, we're starting to see a pattern here. Now what you're being is wooed by God himself. God himself, the creator of all things, is actually wooing you to himself because he loves you. He knows you're a lost sheep, and he knows that if anything appears to you spooky, you're fucking gone. He's not trying to catch you. He's trying to love you and show you that there's more to life than what's on TV. There's more to life than what's on the computer. There's way more to life than you work your whole life. You build your legacy, and then you die and lose it all. Now that very thought is pointless enough to make some people psychotic. So they go out and start killing people because they're so pissed off this world's in that mindset. If you get stuck in that mindset, this fucking life sucks. So you just go out as a fucking ruthless killer, a rapist, a fucking child molester. You just get worse and worse and worse because that's a very slippery slope. Once you go over the edge, you're on your way straight to hell. And you'll take as many assholes along the way as you can because by then your mind and spirit are so fucking corrupted that you think your way of life is correct. But you are actually bound in a horrible hell of life while you're alive. And you're headed straight for an eternity separated from God completely. Oh, that don't sound too fucking exciting, does it? No, but it's just as real as I'm sitting here talking to you right now. On the other side of the fence, suppose you realize that these wooings of God are very interesting and you're kind of interested in it. Now there's other seducing spirits and demons that sneak along and try to give you this new age bullshit. Well, like Dick Sutphin, we were born again to be together. We've had 5 million lives as we each time ascend to the next level. What's the Bible say? Oh, we don't want the Bible. It's antiquated. It's about these and thous. It's about rules and regulations. It's about bondage and no sex, and you can't even shellac your lizard. Well, that's a beggarly fucking sport. Would you like to go on Benny Carson as a guy shellacking his lizard for the whole world to see? Well, Pee Wee Herman did pretty good, didn't he? Till he got caught, and then he went down the road. Remember in Florida, he got caught jerking off at a fucking movie theater? That didn't fly real high. Okay, well, onward through the fog we go. So, so you start to realize, wait a minute, there's more to this. All right, here's another scenario that could happen. Your child has a guinea pig. It's a sweet little critter. I mean, it never bites nobody, and it whistles when you open up the refrigerator door. And it'll stay in a box. It won't even try to climb out of a cardboard box. You put hay and straw in there, and it scoots around. It lays rubber, and you could hold it. It's only got 3 little toes in the back, and I think 4 in the front. And you know, it's a pretty clean little animal. It's nice, and they're sweet little critters, and they're not. I mean, you can't really. I've never had one that I could just call and it would come to me. But I remember when my first guinea pig that my Uncle Stanley bought me died. I was fucking heartbroken. I don't think I ever was ripped apart emotionally as bad as when I buried my first little guinea pig. I can see it in third person as if I was looking at it from above. I buried him in a sandbox. That fucked me up. But suppose this scenario. Suppose your child has a guinea pig and it's fairly sick and it doesn't look like it's going to live. And you feel so sorry for the child crying, and you don't want the child to have a broken heart. For whatever reason, you walk over and you pet the little thing and say, little guy, live. And the phone rings and away you go. Next morning you wake up and it's perfectly fine. You didn't doubt what you said. You didn't have time to doubt what you said. You weren't conjuring up trying to make the thing live. But God spoke everything into existence with his words. That's the code of creation. That's why words are very, very important. That's why names are very important. So if the people who are the higher ups that are evil want to put me in a box, they've got to name me. Conspiracy theorist. And everybody with a brain about the size of a fucking dog flea runs with that. Conspiracy theorist. We're all one great big fucking party of fucking retards going down the road being controlled by the guy on the top pulling the strings. Because you ain't thinking for yourself. You're letting somebody else think for you. Like a Dominion software. It'll vote for you. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's how Trump got fucked out of the 2016 deal, or the other one, 2020. Ever watch? I was watching that. He's got this many votes. Fucking brain dead has this many votes. The lights go out. Now Trump's got this many votes and brain dead's got this many votes. Well, fuck you. I'm done. I don't need any more fucking answer than that. In a card game, boom, the motherfucker's dead. But we're not playing a card game here. How the fuck did Trump lose votes? We don't care. We hate Trump. We hate Trump. We hate Trump. We hate Trump. We want purple hair. We want to cut our genitals off and sell them to the Chinese for sushi. I can shit in a litter box. Listen, I can be an animal. I don't have to be a human. I can be whatever I want. A seething fucking mindless fucking zombie. What? Yeah. No offense to those people who think that what they're doing in their life is really living. They're just wandering through life fucking in some kind of a fucked up trance. That's just your opinion, Humble. Well, you know, when you understand what the real blueprint is, I mean, if you're looking at a blueprint of a 427 Chevy motor, and then you see this cobbled up piece of shit over here that doesn't fucking resemble anything that's going to run. An engineer throws that fucking bullshit out and keeps this one. The way those people are thinking, that's old school. Let's do this. It doesn't run, but we don't give a fuck. You start to catch on? It's hard because some of my friends went that direction. We can't even have a conversation anymore. One of my friends now, as he walks around, says, I can't stand being with people. I hate people. I want to live in my house. I don't want to talk to anyone. I can't believe that hideous, what do they call him, misogynist, actually got to be president again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh, he's going to destroy the whole world. It doesn't matter. Oh, my. Bro, what the fuck's wrong with you? Wake the fuck up. You know what, but you get that Bible out and you're starting to look through Bible prophecy and this shit, you could just start checking the shit off. We are so close. You see, God ain't going to put up with these people pedophiling children. He's not going to put up with this abortion. He's not going to put up with this bullshit forever. Trust me. The devil's just poking his finger in God's chest and God's saying, keep poking, fuckstick, because the moment I get all my people signed up on our family tree, I'm going to fuck you up like you have never been fucked up before, and it's going to last forever. So keep poking me in the chest. Keep killing those children. Oh, because I am going to fuck you up to a point you have never been fucked up before, and you know it, you piece of shit. He's talking to the devil. The devil's not equal with God. Dude, whoever made this fucking glass, this glass is not equal to the manufacturer. I know I got a little animated in the whole thing, and I didn't mean to. I was really trying to tell you and answer a question. Are you aware of what you're doing in your life? Or do I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning every day, I go through my routine, I read my paper, I walk the dog, or I go to work, I do everything at work, I have my lunch, I come home and I do the laundry, and I sit down for 5 minutes, and then I turn on the TV, and I watch all this brainless bullshit. You're seeing pictures float at your face so fucking fast that you never really actually see what the fuck you're looking at. But you don't know that because it's happened so long over your life that you don't realize your attention span has become from the immense ability to remember an entire symphony, to absorb the sound of a whole orchestra, down to a nanosecond shorter than an orgasm. So you can't stand having somebody call you on the phone. Just text me. I want to look at it and go. I don't want many words. I don't even spell the words. You are fucked. Okay, the U and the R is just a letter, and fucked, well, we'll assume that. You don't even have to say it. You are. That's your life. Your brain's fucked. I hate to tell you, your attention span is gone. How the fuck are you going to have a relationship with a human being if you fucking don't even have one with yourself? So this is where we are. We got a whole society, not a whole society. Actually, there's a damn few of them bastards. Very few. They just have huge, huge publicity because that's what is going to keep everything fucked up. And that's what the devil wants to do, is fuck things up with both hands vigorously. And he's doing a seriously good job. Look at the thousands of people, hundreds of thousands killed in the Ukraine war. What the fuck good is that? My friend's father was a B-52 bomber pilot in World War II. And at the end, he said, what the fuck did we accomplish once we went into Vietnam? I mean, why did we even bother with World War II when Vietnam sprode up and we lost another bunch of wonderful people? What the fuck? And you can't blame the people of the world for hating our guts, because we've gone in and we've fucked up their place, then we've repaired it at our lucrative way we do things, and slap a McDonald's on every corner. Ping! Now you're a Westerner. And you hate our fucking guts for every good reason. You mean to tell me America's not the pinnacle of righteousness? Wow, there might be hope for you. Yes, it is not. It's the place I live. It's my country that I'm glad I'm in. Is it a pinnacle of righteousness? Fuck no. Are there a lot of good Christians here? You better believe there are. You better believe there are. People who really, honest to God, know the Lord. And you can too. I realize this entire conversation is so many directions at once, but our whole world around us is so many directions at once. Oh, I heard you. Christians just want to be in the limelight. That's like being a medic with a great big red cross on your helmet in World War II. You want to be in the limelight? Oh, kill you, motherfucker. Yep, aim for that motherfucker, because you just killed 20, 30, maybe 100 Americans. Kill that fucker right there. That one with that fucking helmet. Peer! Uncle Bob, my uncle, was in Iwo Jima. Peer! If it wasn't for the letters my grandmother sent to him that he had in his helmet, he'd have died. That fucking dent in the helmet was serious. He was out fucking cold. And you wonder why there's a little warrior in me? The Beers brothers. Now, there's probably nobody left alive to remember in Nedrow that my uncles were the toughest motherfuckers on the South Side. They deliberately went to bars to fuck people up. That's not a wonderful thing. But my dad, or my grandfather, was in World War I. He came home a cripple. Said never would walk again. But he ended up graduating Syracuse University with high honors. He was at the very first Syracuse University football game, and he was at the very last one at the Dome before they changed it, and he got in his 80s and he died. 90s, I think he got to be. He was a wonderful artist with only one eye. The other eye had cataracts so bad it was just a cloudy fucking nothing. But his perception yet was still wonderful. Was he a Christian? His dad was. His grandfather was. Was he? Not until I badgered the living dog shit out of the guy to the point where I don't even know if he really was. I think I just wore on him to the point he said, fuck this. Spit my Yara out. Come here. What do you want me to say? I led him through the sinner's prayer. Did it stick? We'll find out on the other side of life, of this world. We'll find out if it was real or not. But Jesus did say, all who call upon me will live forever. So, oh, you mean it's not a recipe? I got to say this in the right order, and then magically I'm in? That's what I'm saying. If it ain't from your heart, I don't give a fuck what you say. Just like the thief on the cross. What did he have to do? What thief on the cross? Well, there was one on one side. They were both cussing Jesus out. They were cussing him out. He's hanging there. They're cussing his ass out. And he's listening to these bastards cuss him out. And finally, it dawns on one of them. Wait a minute. You, on the other side of this man, is an asshole. I'm an asshole. We deserve what we're getting. This guy didn't do nothing wrong. He don't deserve it. So he looks over, and Jesus is trying to get a breath of air because he's stuck. He's pinned to this fucking. He's fighting for every breath. As every demon in hell is chewing on him. They're jumping up and down like a bunch of fucking Ubangis. No offense to Ubangis, but they are just thrilled. They have just killed God. Gut hooked. Told you they were gut hooked. It took your sin, my sin, the sin of every human being to ever be created, to be transferred, like from our account to Jesus' account. It took our sin to get him to hell, because you can't take a righteous man to hell. And he didn't ever do anything wrong. And God asked him, would you please do this to save our creation? Because this rogue devil has thoroughly fucked it up. In a paraphrased edition. Yes, I'd be glad to do it. Do you realize what it's going to cost? I'll do anything for you, Father God. Even the cross. Wow. And so he does. That's why he can transfer his righteousness to your account. What does righteousness mean? I am in right standing with God. I am in right standing with Key Bank because the mortgage has been paid in full. That means not any month of any year do I have to sweat the bank taking my house. I own my house. I paid for the mortgage. Actually, God gave me the money, but that's another story. God will not prosper you financially. You must be one of those name it and claim it. Here we are back to the naming people, so you can put them in a box and now we can persecute them. Catching on? Catching on? What box have they got you in? Are you a Jew? Are you a Polak? Are you a retard? What are you? Are you a scientist? Are you a doctor? Are you a policeman? Are you a service person? Are you a first responder? Are you a farmer? Are you a chemist? Get the idea? Are you an airline pilot? Are you a stewardess? What are you? You're not defined by what you do. You're defined by who you are. Well, that's a fucked up deal. That means that somebody who's not very rich can get to heaven just by receiving Jesus Christ. Yeah, they can. But so can you. Well, I make $4 million a year. I don't have any use for God. How much of that $4 million you taking after your last breath, Sparky? Well, I'm a nice guy. We're not playing that game. You can't get to heaven by works. Hell of a time to find out that your currency ain't worth a fuck there. That's not right. Yes, it is right. Because one who did no sin died for everybody who did. Because it wasn't their fault that the whole thing went to hell in a handbasket. It was God's fault. Because he knew that Adam was going to be suckered by that fucking asshole angel and give the angel charge over this fucking planet. He got conned out of it. Because God knew you ain't going to fuck with him. He knows everything, everywhere at the same time. You think a quantum computer's smart? That fucking thing, that isn't an old D-cell battery picked up off the side of the road in Phoenix, Arizona that was been there since the 40s. That ain't dog shit next to God. Well, it is dog shit next to God. Here's the bottom line I think, and then I had no intentions of making this video, none. And I'm sure it's going to be so offensive that it's going to trigger a lot of flakes and they're going to flip the fuck out. And I was never my desire to do it. And I'm not trying to make fun of a people group. I'm trying to accentuate the difference so you might grasp, oh yeah, what the fuck is all this bullshit? Why are these people wandering around putting implants under their skin so they have fucking horns and they're tattooed up the yin yang and whatever they want to, and it's your own business. It's your own business. Again, be thankful that salvation isn't by works, because a lot of people would disqualify them. We're all disqualified. Every fucking one of us is disqualified from the day we draw our first breath. The only thing that qualifies us is when the light comes on the inside, we go, wait a minute. There's more to life than meets the eye. You're hearing the Lord calling you to himself. He's calling people to this very minute. The hour is ticking. I mean, in 12 hours, it's going to be daytime. But the events of this world are moving forward. God has certain things placed at certain times on the timeline of reality. They take place when we reach them. I don't believe in Bible prophecy. Well, neither do I. What? It's not prophecy. It's God being there right now in the future telling you what is fucking happening right now in the future. He's not guessing what might happen based on a calculation or an algorithm. He's telling you what the fuck is happening right now. You're just not there yet. You grasped that. I know you did. For the first time, you said, ping, the light went on. That's why these people who throw the leaves and they do Mars is here and this is here and I can tell you, let me look at your palm. Let me smell it. It smells, have you been wanking again? No. They're a bunch of con bastards that prey on the simple mind, because it's in our heart to worship something, and we know the supernatural exists, whether we want to believe it or not. Some of us embrace it, but they go way the fuck too far, like my sister Sharon. I don't know if I'll see her in heaven. I have no idea. She went into the white witch type of deal. She went into the, I will never lose my power. Mm-hmm. I got thrown out of her funeral, or the wake. They threw me out. You're forbidden to ever even gaze at your sister's corpse. I ripped my black shirt off. I was so strong, and I threw it at them. I left without my shirt, cussing them a blue streak. I'll never wear a black dress shirt again the rest of my life. Well, what caused that, Humble? I asked my dad, who was in his 70s at the time, to be the best man at my wedding. And my sister said, I demand that you elope with this woman who you are going to marry. I forbid you to marry her. You're going to elope with her, and you're going to go to, you got a power issue, you fucking wench? You got a power issue? You ain't got no fucking authority over me. Stick it in your ass and do a fucking twist. Get on a jolly jumper and make some money with it, you know? Fuck you. I don't give a fuck who you are. My sister, suck a dick. I don't give a fuck. You ain't telling me what to do. Blow it out your ass. That didn't fly good. Well, I have unlimited power. You have very limited power. Very fucking limited. and none with me. Did you ever read your Bible, Sharon? Did you ever fucking read it? Well, I don't think Jesus was God. That's nice. That's right. Throw your bones in the corner and tell me what you're going to hit a lottery. You're poverty stricken. If you didn't rob my Uncle Stanley blind, you wouldn't have had a fucking place to live. I've been there, I've seen it, I've done it. I lost an entire side of my family because I had my dad be my best man. I would not elope with this woman. My Patty didn't deserve that. She wasn't some gutter slut. Even if she was, she wasn't though. She was a very honorable, good woman. And she had beautiful children. Just because her husband was a Vietnam veteran and he kind of went apeshit, and he liked fiddling with other women. One wasn't enough. Fuck, she was way more than enough for me. I couldn't handle her. But so my dad dies of cancer. 9 months later, my sister dies of cancer. It must run in your family. Sin runs in our family. Sin. S-I fucking N. Sin. Sin. Sin runs in our family. It runs in your family. It runs in all families. Sin will kill you. The wages of sin is a lottery win. No, it's death. Death. Well, all die. You ready for some really bizarre good news? What, Humble? No, they don't. Elijah and Enoch are still alive. Enoch was the seventh from Adam, wasn't he? That was a long time ago. God took him from this realm or this dimension to his dimension where there is no time. And he also, I don't mean to flip you the bird. I don't want to do that either. Two fingers, pick them. Pick your own two fingers because I need two. All right, let's do it this way. All right, here's two bottles. Enoch and Elijah. Elijah was taken in a whirlwind to heaven. He's alive. Now, mysteriously, after the rapture, which God takes all his people that are his. That's why Brian's trying to get you saved, so you can go too. If you have an inclination to come to God, if you feel a tugging and a pulling in your soul, well, it's like a salmon wanting to go back to the fucking stream that he was born at. He doesn't know why. He just fucking wants to do it. Why do geese want to fly south in the autumn and they want to fly north now? It's in them to do it. You have it in you to find God, not religion. Does that mean all religions are bad? We're not going there. What we are going is, let's stay with the program. You are called by God if you're watching this video still. Because all the trigger happy fucks are gone. And they're pissed off, and if they were a subscriber, they're now in the win. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you the truth. And I'm going to answer another thing. To label myself a Christian makes me a target at all times. Christians are not looked at as wonderful people that the whole world should jump up and down over. They're looked at as a huge fucking pain in the ass that I'm not saying most, because we've been bullshitted into that. We've been bullshitted into thinking that good people are a minority. That's not true. That is not true. There's more good people you never hear about because they magnify the fucking weirdos. They want you to believe that Joe Biden did fill an arena with 80,000 people when 8 people in a fucking minivan stayed for 20 seconds, said, fuck this brain dead motherfucker, I'm out of here. But they photoshopped the appearance of a lot of people. It's con bastard motherfuckers. Well, you could say that. Or you can say conspiracy theorist. You can say whatever you want to, but the truth is the truth, and you can't change it, and I can't change it. And that's the good part. The truth will always be the truth. Bullshit comes and goes. That's why a liar always gets found out, because he can't remember every fucking lie he's ever told. But I can tell you word for word what I've heard from God over the years, because it's the truth, and it never leaves me. I don't want to live a lie. I want to live the truth. I want to see people healed. You say you're a healer? No. I say what the Bible says. All these people who believe in me, the things that I do shall they do also, and greater things than these, because I go to my Father. They shall lay their hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Who said that? Jesus Christ of Nazareth said that. God himself in human form said that. If God said it, it has to happen then, doesn't it? Because God creates with words. Now you're catching it. That's a good catch. You were 3 feet from the goal post when you caught that fucking ball. And you tripped over your own foot and fell and got a fucking goal. There you go. Now the next time, you're going to know about that, and you ain't going to have to trip over your foot to get it. You're going to run right into the fucking end zone, and put that ball down. Yes! That's what we're talking about. Once you understand, and it will come, it takes time. We may not have time, like the thief on the cross. What happened to that guy, Humble? Jesus looked over and said, because the man said, will you please remember me when you come into your kingdom? Yes, today you will be with me in paradise. What did he do to deserve that? The light came on. He knew that was God. He knew that he deserved what he... And they broke his fucking legs. After Jesus died, the Romans came and broke his fucking legs. This poor bastard and that one. They broke their fucking legs. Oh, fuck. Ah. I know. This shit's realer than real. Real is fucking real. When you pick a loved one off the ground who just died, that's fucking real. That'll slap the shit right out of you. You'll be fucked up for a length of time, if not forever. That's real. We are living in a real world with real consequences and real rewards. How do we get on the winning side? That's what I'm trying to get across to you. It's not by rebelling against God and his ways. It's about understanding why things work the way they do. And working them. Instead of trying to beat a nail into a board with your fist, get a fucking hammer. That's, I think, what God is doing tonight with this very strange, and I don't know if I'm putting this one up because I went on that kind of a rampage, and I do not, under any circumstance, dislike or make fun of handicapped people or challenged people. They are wonderful, 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 wonderful people who are going through life. And sometimes I honestly think, because I've been invited to Christmas at a handicapped place from my friend Chrissy Cairns, who you've seen maybe on some of the other videos. He's a wonderful, wonderful man whose mother died 6 days after the fucking jab. Now he's homeless at 56 years old. He lives with his sister, thank God. 6 days after the fucking jab. Puh! Carcass. Why do I not like the fucking jab? Because it killed his mother. I know another guy, Trooper. He could play for the NFL. Dead. Heart took a shit. We lost a lot of wonderful people, and they did it on purpose, the motherfuckers. Because they have an agenda. What was it, the 2030 agenda? where how many billion people have to die on this planet so that they can rule for the Antichrist? We got too many good people here. We got to kill these motherfuckers off because they have power and they're fucking up our program. We got to get the Antichrist in here so we can get the mark of the beast on all these little assholes, and we can all make robots out of these pricks, and they're going to bow down and worship him. I'm not, because I'm not going to be here. And if I was, I'm not going to do it. You're not chipping my ass. You're not doing a fucking thing to me. You'll have to kill me. And you can only do that once. But it's possible to die twice. You die physically, and then God sends that soul to hell. Because there's no place in heaven for a soul like that. God will not, under any circumstance, surround himself with wickedness and evil. He will not do it. It couldn't survive, number one. It would just be obliterated. But we weren't designed to be obliterated. You're going to live forever. The choice is yours. If you go to hell, it's your choice. Because God is calling people on this. He's calling Muslims. He's calling Hindus. He's calling every walk of life everywhere at the same time. He is calling people from the highways to the whorehouses. He's calling them from the White House to the outhouse. He don't give a flying fuck what you are. He loves you. He loves you. And to the ones who will hear, will come. You could stagger in at the last fucking second and get the same reward I do. Is God unrighteous? Fuck no! He can do whatever he wants with what he has. It's his. Salvation is a gift. It's a gift. But you have to receive the son of a bitch or you ain't got it. You can't earn it. You can accept it or not. Now I want to end this here because that ain't a bad spot to end. And I want to work on Goldschwinkter. Is he gay? No. It's a funny play on words. It was about James Bond, and I call him James Blonde, and Clouseau. You love the Pink Panther. Don't tell me you didn't laugh your ass off with that crazy bastard and fighting Kato. Kato, you little yellow fool. That style de femme, the parallel bars. You know, I love that shit. You know, that was back before I realized that a lot of that was weaponized. But there was some of the funny stuff like Mel Blanc. What was it? No, that was him, but there was the other one. Mel Brooks. Oh, with blazing saddles. Oh, that was offensive. Black people were called things we are not allowed to say now. You could be hung and quartered for saying that word. There's words that you can't say. Words. What's the big deal with words? Well, don't you know they carry power? Yeah, I do know they carry power. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do you know they carry power? That's the question. So see, the devil knows how to use words too. He don't have an original playbook. He's just been around forever. He's observed how things really work, but his mind is so fucked up that he cannot even comprehend truth. He is thoroughly fucked up, thoroughly insane. That's why people do the horrible, gross, horrible things that you see happen. Cattle mutilations, abductions, all kinds of oddball shit, hybrids. We grafted a human ear on the back of a mouse back in 2007 or what, and it lived. This poor mouse is going around with a radar dish on its back. These sick cocksuckers, I'm sorry, I don't mean to use that word. My dad used to say that word all the time and it stuck with me. But I thought you said he was a businessman. He was, but he also grew up in the 30s. He also grew up dirt poor. He also went from Texas to Colorado to Pennsylvania to New Jersey to all over the place because his dad was a fucking con. He was a drunken con man. And my grandmother was a German woman who raised 5 or 6 children, and her husband would beat the dog shit out of her, and he would beat the children, and till Dad grew up big enough to kick his fucking ass. So yes, and we're all products of our lineage, one way or another. Maybe you had a wonderful family, and it goes back for 15 generations, wonderful family. But others of us don't. And that means that if you're living in as a hip hopper or some kind of a person that is involved in the street world, you'll know what I'm talking about. That don't make you. It doesn't make you a bad person. If you do bad things, you need to stop doing it. Like there was one night I was drunk as a bastard at the Amber Inn, and this fellow comes up. You've got to cut me some slack here. I was drunker than a bastard. I was with Denise. Now, Denise was living upstairs of the place, and she was a nice lady. She came from a great background, but she drank real heavy. And a guy sidles up next to me and goes, "Oh, I think I'm in love." Well, that's nice. But I think I'm in love with you. What? What are you talking about? Oh, I just don't get any fucking ideas. That's what I said to him. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to behave yourself. Oh, I can't behave myself. I want to abandon myself in your arms. I said, you're going to abandon your ass in the fucking emergency room. I'm going to kick the shit out of you in a minute. I mean, shut the fuck up and don't hit on me. I'm not like that. I'm starting to get pissed and I'm going to fuck you up. I wish you would. Oh, I'd like to be fucked up by you. I said, oh. I was abducted by aliens, and they anally searched me and probed me, and oh, I loved it. I said, what the fuck? Would you realize? I realized I was too drunk to drive home, so I end up in a upstairs room with Denise and Marty. I'm laying on the, she smelled more like nicotine than a fucking ashtray, but I was so drunk and I could not go home as drunk as I was. So I'm laying on her shoulder and I'm almost asleep and I feel somebody fucking with my feet. I opened one eye because I didn't want to admit that I was looking at this, and here's Marty massaging my naked feet on his chest, just kissing them lovingly, and I, quite frankly, it felt wonderful, so I just closed my eye and said, if he goes beyond the knee, I'm kicking him right off the fucking edge of the, wherever we're sitting, I'm kicking that motherfucker across the room. But he never went, he didn't do me nasty. Don't tell people that if you want to not be mocked and called a faggot. Because stupid fuck, I told Andy, and Andy blazed it. Next thing you know, people looking at me going, do you like to play cross stitch, Mr. Davis? I said, do you want a couple of stitches right now, motherfucker? Oh, no, actually, we don't. Shut the fuck up then. Don't call me one of them fucking people. I'm not against them, but I ain't for them neither. Good grief. So, enough of this. I wonder if I can remember how to do Assetto corsa. If I do, there'll be a video tonight. Oh my golly, I didn't even get to drink my coffee. Bottom line, don't fiddle fuck around. Time is of the essence. Ask God if he's real. And then be patient, because he'll tell you. Bye-bye.